Hello guys, my name is Nero Studios, and today I'm going to be showing you the top tips for PUBG Mobile so you can win your game. Top tip number 1, check where you're landing. I'm going to land here just because I know this loot run. Another good tip is to know your loot run. So if I start here, I can move to here, to here, to here, and then to here. This is what I like to call the C, and it gives me enough loot to be able to win the game later on. Now, if we can get into this game, this will be great. Another tip is to make sure you are make sure your opponents and know to keep who an eye out. Know who to keep an eye out for.
Good try.
Oh, look at that! Someone's in the plane. Nah, I'm not gonna talk to them. Keep in mind, if you guys see me in a game and want to say hi, you're totally welcome to say hi. Next tip is making sure you're going to drop perfectly. I used to drop in a certain way, but one of my friends, Anthony, showed that this is the fastest drop route. You have to go to your side, line up sideways to your target, and see how I'm putting the cursor just above the left arrow. This allows me to go down fast while also going sideways, so I can get to the ground the fastest compared to everyone else. Always check if there's other people around you when you're dropping, so you know if you need to fight anyone the second you get to the ground. Always try to pick up a melee weapon, because melee weapons are good in the first few seconds. When choosing a pistol, never ever choose a revolver that spawns in this map. And make sure to always get a... Ooh, look at this, the Glock. The Glock can easily be the best gun, well, best pistol in this game. Has a high damage rate, and it also, because it has a high fire rate, the time to kill is very low. When having your primary weapon, make sure it's a weapon that you're very comfortable and you know very well. I am not especially comfortable with this AKM just because the fire rate is very high, but I know I can use it in a proper situation. AKMs on single fire mode can also very well double as designated marksman rifles and are really good at long ranges. Ooh, shotguns. Shotguns are also very good in the game. They can 1 or 2 shot almost anyone with any armor. The problem is you have to be this close to be able to fire it and all the spread get into the person. Make sure when you're using a shotgun, you have a high fire rate gun to go along with it. Or you fire your shotgun and immediately switch to your pistol and follow it up. Otherwise, your shotgun might not kill, because your shotgun might not instantly kill the person. Aha, 2 times, thank you. For now, I'm going to keep this shotgun, but I might get rid of it later. Come on. Another thing to do is when you're looting, make sure you know where every single loot spot is so you don't miss anything when you're going through a building. Oh wait, I want that red dot. Ah, Jesus. Another good tip is not to fire accidentally. Oh wait, I already have it 2 times. Oops. Don't fire accidentally, because it will give your location away if you don't have a suppressor on your weapon. If you put your gun away, you can run faster though. make sure you always keep an eye on where the circle is so you know where to go to next. Right now, I'm just going to go on my usual loot run, which is this circle right here. Use this little eye thing right here so you can, while in third person, so you can look behind you and auto run all at the same time. Make sure no one's going to sneak up on you. Now for DMRs, I'm actually going to drop this shotgun now, just because I want this Mini 14. Mini 14 is an extremely well DMR. This pistol right here. This pistol, worst pistol in the game. Don't touch it. But DMRs are very useful. They're a great mix between assault rifles and snipers. Most of them cannot one-shot people, but since they are semi-automatic, you can fire off a few shots and kill the person before they can find you at long ranges. It's always good to have a primary weapon like my AKM and then a secondary weapon like the Mini 14. Keep in mind when you have something in the inventory that you're not using or you can't use, drop it as soon as possible just so you have extra room in your inventory to pick up other things. My mouth is going to be dry by the end of this episode. Come on. Now, hopefully I can find someone soon so I can demonstrate something. Oh, another thing. When you're in third person mode, you can use the third person mode to your advantage and look around corners before you can actually see anything. Keep in mind of the right hand peek. If you're going around a corner that's to the left, your body will be exposed before you can fire. But if you're going around this way, you will be able to fire before your body is exposed. Keep that in mind. Keep in mind, cars are loud and you can see them from far away, so they will give your location away. Always make sure you have a dedicated system of looting a town, otherwise you will mess up and you might miss some loot that you would find otherwise. Like my dedicated loot route is to go through here first, check here, go through this building, then go down and then make an S like that. If that makes sense. Make sure to check every single room so you don't miss anything. A lot of people forget this room right here just because you open the door and you can't really see it. But if you check it, you might find something you need a lot. If you look at my videos, I tend to have a habit of going through the same houses the same way every single time. And that's just so I don't mess up when looting. Now I'm going to check in here. Gonna go down here. Oh, look at that. Audio is very important. I could hear that before I could see it. That means I could potentially find them and kill them before they can kill me. The question is, where was he shooting at? Keep in mind, different weapons can be heard from different distances away. Like a pistol can only be heard from a short distance away, while a bolt action sniper could be heard from a far distance. Ooh, something to note, UMP is easily one of the best submachine guns, and I tend to use it over an assault rifle a lot of times. The problem with that is that the UMP, it does not have good range and is not viable at longer ranges. So it's best mixed with something like a AKM or a Mini 14. I would have never known that Jeep was there if I didn't have my sound. Another thing a lot of people do is they lie down or try to lie down when they're looting a crate, but I prefer to sit over the crate and rotate like this so no one can get a good shot on me while I'm doing it. This also allows me, if anybody does start firing, to run away very quickly. Because if I'm lying down, I'm a still target. Even though I can do this, it takes me time to get up, which is not very well. Aw, dang, my backpack's full. I might go, if I find a suppressor for a SMG, I might go ahead and switch out this AKM for a UMP, just because personally I prefer a UMP. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Oh, the thumb grip is one of the best grips in the game. Just keep that in mind. Keep in mind, circle awareness is key. Someone's coming in a car. I can hear it. Oh no, I don't know where they are though. Okay, I'm gonna take my car and get out of here. While we're waiting, another thing to keep, oh, that's a rock. Someone's here. Dang it. See, if I had kept in mind of where he was, I would have known where he was, but I wasn't paying attention. Here, let me think. Is there any other tips you guys should know? Map awareness, making sure you're checking your corners, choosing the right weapons. Oh, open later. Oh, look at that, platinum, yay. Okay, if I go into my armory, if you look, the Scar's range and firing speed is slightly lower than the M416. So I will always drop a Scar, M416. Well, I will take a M416 over a Scar anytime. The M16A4 is a 3-round burst rifle. And it, is in unequipping. There it goes. It's a 3-round burst rifle. And if you can... It is not good for close range engagement just because you don't have that fully automatic mode, but it is good for long range engagements just because it has that 3-round burst, which you can control better. Same thing with the AKM. The AKM is fully automatic, but as you saw in that last match with the last guy, the recoil is a lot. So I would usually keep this until I find something like a Car 98 or a SKS and use it as a single fire and keep something like a UMP with it for my fully automatic weapon. Shotguns, again, I've explained. LMGs can take the place of assault rifles. Make sure you know your pistols. This pistol is the worst. This pistol can be the best. These two pistols are good overall. This one's fully automatic. The sawed-off shotgun, however, is very unique. It's pretty much the same as this shotgun, but it has less range, but you can still use it in the same way as you use this shotgun, sneaking up close to people, switching to your double barrel, and then pop, they're dead. Machete, crowbar, and sickle are all the same. They're pretty much reskins of the same weapon. They don't do anything. The pan can deflect any bullets. It's called the level 4 armor. It deflects any sort of bullet that you try to put into it. Oh, look, a pizza pan. Keep in mind the damage output of the pan is slightly higher than any of the other melee weapons. Crossbow is the crossbow. You can put up to a 6x scope on it, but I don't see why you would. The max I would ever put on it is a red dot or a holographic. It is good in certain situations like the shotgun. If you want to be very sneaky because it doesn't fire anything, it's like very sneaky, and the damage output is very high, but just because it has that extremely slow firing speed, other than if you have the quiver, like if you have the quiver, it halves the firing speed, but it doesn't, like, it only halves it in a half of like 5 seconds. It's 2.5, so it's still not that good. It's only useful in certain situations. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say to you guys. Talk to you later. This is Nero. I'm out. Bye.